basically, I was like in 5th grade. I had just left from Virginia and moved to North Carolina. I went to a different school in Fayetteville I don't know the name of. But then I went to Littlefield in Lumberton. Yeah, that's how I went. I went to Littlefield in Lumberton. So when I'm going back to 5th grade, you know what I mean, I'm living in a trailer park off Snake Road. So like when you go into the trailer park, you actually pull in one side, you go around. It's trailers on both sides. It's like it goes to a little C or a U around. It's trailers on both sides of the road, all the way around. And you come out on the other side, and you on that same street. So the street, and then it's like a U where the trailer's at, and it keeps going. So you can literally pull in and go around the whole trailer park and pull out on the other side. So that's where I lived at. Now, mind you, that one road was one straight down and kept going past the trailer park, and there's more trailer parks on that same road. And then that joint hang a left, or you can keep straight. Now, if you go left, you can go all the way around to the other side. And where we lived at, it was a cornfield in the back of our trailer park. Like if you pull into the trailer park, you'll be facing the cornfield. So if you keep straight across the cornfield, it's like you taking a shortcut through the road. The road go all the way around, but you can go through the cornfield like a little shortcut, you know what I mean? So mind you, on the other side of that road, it was a whole nother neighborhood. And it was a shorty that was over there. You know what I mean? Mind you, we young, so it was a shorty over there. And me and one of my friends that was in the neighborhood in my trailer park, we wanted to walk over there to her side of the neighborhood. And you know what I mean? I guess we was gonna walk past her crib, see if she came outside. I was try to play with them or whatever the fuck we was gonna. I don't know what the fuck we was gonna do. We just thought we was gonna go do holler at the joint. You know what I mean? See if they was doing something down there. So long story short, we got there. We get to walking. So we on the street though. We walking on the street. You know what I mean? And we actually are going on the other side of this cornfield, but we taking the long way. So as we walking, you know what I mean, this was back in the day, man. Like they had their own little cliques, you know what I mean? Like you could only wear certain colors, you know what I mean? Like it was real strict on the colors, the gang shit, you know what I mean? So that was going on back then. And I can't even remember what year it was, you know what I mean? I graduated in 2013, so y'all could do the math. But like I said, I was in 5th grade. So bro, he got a motherfucking black shirt on, right? He walking with me, he got a black shirt on, I got a white shirt on. I'm neutral. And at the time, I didn't even think about none of this shit. I'm just telling you how it was going. I mean, he had a black shirt on, but he actually, you know what I mean, was trying to be affiliated with, you know what I mean, the folks or whatever. And he actually motherfucking was a little older than me. So he might have been in 6th or 7th grade, you feel me? But he lived at the front of the trailer park and I lived at the back or a little bit midway. He wasn't even really like my close friend. Like he was just one of the older people I ended up hanging around at that time. So what happened was he walking around, we walking together. And as soon as we get to the opposite side of the trailer park or the cornfield, you know what I mean, we get to walking and now I on the way just walking randomly, I done picked up a pole that I found on the side of the street, you know what I mean? So it's two black boys walking down the street, black shirt, white shirt. The one in the white shirt got a pole. It's halfway bent like a crowbar. The other one, he got a black shirt on. He a little stubby, a little chubbier, a little bigger. You could tell he older, you know what I mean? So we walking. I see some guys over there in the corner, you know what I mean? And it just so happened that, you know what I mean, shout out to my homegirl, you know what I mean? She doing her thing on trucks and shit, but it was her brother and shit. We walked past her crib, you know what I mean? It was so deep. I'm talking about teenagers though. Like them niggas had to be 16, 17, 15 or some shit like that. We young, you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, so we get to walking. They all had green shirts on, bro. So they had their own shit, you know what I'm saying? We'll get to that another time. So bro came down the hill like 3 deep. And when we got down the hill was his house was on the hill, but we was on the street down the hill. So before let me back up. Before we even got to his street, a moped rolled past us and turned on his street. We like 50 feet from that joint. He turned on his street and we just heard his shit crash like damn. Remember that shit like it was yesterday. But when we got to the point where we could see around the corner, all we seen was him getting back on his shit real fast. I'm like, oh, all right, he must be all right then. You know what I mean? He jumped back on his shit. So, like I said, fast forward, we walking past the crib, 3 deep come down the hill, and it's one come from the back of the crib, 2 more come from the front of the crib, and I think like maybe 1, 2 hop out of the car. So they circle us. They really got us in a circle. It's me, my bro in a black shirt in a circle. We surrounded and goddamn, these guys is looking at us and they all got black shirts on. They're like, where y'all going? What y'all up to? Where y'all from? What y'all bang and all this shit. I'm looking like, damn, what's going on? Like what y'all bang? I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just looking. I got the pole in my hand as well. And I'm saying I'm a little nigga. They could tell I'm a little nigga, you know what I mean? And I got the pole in my hand, the joint. I'm gripping it, but bro, like, I look over to my right, my bro, he crying like yo, I'm young, so I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do. So, you know what I'm saying? He crying and shit, and the dude, like you could tell he was like the leader or some shit, like the big bully, like, he like, I know you ain't crying, like, you know what I'm saying? So bro, he like, in the black shirt, instead of being like, nah, I ain't crying, like, you know what I mean? Straighten it up, he tried to hug dude, like he tried to give him like a sobbing hug, a crying hug, like, man, that nigga he pushed him off. He was like, man, you don't cry to no nigga. I guess he was trying to teach him how, you know what I mean? You don't do that shit in the streets. He pushed him. He like, man, you don't motherfucking hug on no nigga, you know what I mean? So he pushed him, but when he pushed my mans, when he pushed my mans actually stumbled back, turned around, and kept running through the cornfield, my nigga. So I'm like standing there in the middle. It's like 7 people. I'm standing in the middle. I'm in 5th grade. I got the pole. I'm standing there. I drop the joint. I break. I follow my man. He getting it through the cornfield, bro. I'm trying to catch this nigga, bro. We on a tree line in the cornfield. We on a tree line, and this nigga is getting it. Like, I'm talking about, all I see is corn pop, pop. That nigga gone. Like, he make it all the way to the trailer park. That shit had to be at least 1.5 miles, 2 miles straight corn, my nigga. He getting it. Like, I done fell down a couple times and everything. It's just dirt everywhere. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, that was the first time my nigga got pressed, bro. I was like 5 years old. No, I was in 5th grade, bro. That was the first time I ever got pressed, bro. And I was in Lumberton, North Carolina, bro. I'll never forget that shit, bro. You know what I mean? And goddamn, y'all niggas just leave a comment, man. Y'all ever got pressed, man? Y'all tell me what happened to y'all, man. Y'all was young, you feel?